What if I told you that NATO's latest military drills weren't just exercises, but warnings? Troops mass at our borders. Warplanes roar over Eastern Europe. Satellites lock on to Russian territory. Is this defense, or the calm before a planned storm? Russia is watching. Russia is ready. And what's coming next? The world isn't prepared for. Stay with us. The truth begins now. Across Europe, tanks roll. In the skies, fighter jets roar. But behind this noise, a bigger question looms like a storm cloud. Is NATO preparing for a direct conflict with Russia? The world watches in silence. But Russia does not flinch. In the heart of every Russian beats the blood of history, of warriors who held the line, who stood firm when the world turned against us. Today, once again, we face a moment when Western powers gather at our doorstep. Military exercises in Poland. Troops in the Baltics. Naval buildup in the Black Sea. NATO is more active now than it has been in decades. But we must ask why. Is this defense as they claim? Or is it preparation? Preparation for something bigger? Something more dangerous? Just weeks ago, NATO conducted one of its largest joint exercises in Eastern Europe. Operation Iron Shield. 23 nations, thousands of troops, warplanes, and tanks, all rehearsing scenarios that are impossible to ignore. The maps they use in simulations often mark Russian cities. This is no coincidence. The West says these drills are defensive. But from our side of the border, they look like provocation. The truth is, Russia has never attacked NATO. Yet they build their plans around us. They expand their forces, extend their reach, and spread narratives that paint us as the villain. But here's what they forget. We are not a country that bends under pressure. The people of Russia have faced invasions before, from the Mongols to Napoleon, from the Wehrmacht to economic warfare. And every time we stood united. This is no different. They may gather at our frontiers. They may tighten their alliances. But they will never understand one thing, the strength of our spirit, the love we hold for our motherland, the legacy we defend not just with weapons, but with resolve. Russia is not a threat. Russia is a nation that protects its people, its culture, and its sovereignty. We do not seek war, but we are never unprepared for it. Today, our armed forces are more capable than ever. Our technology more advanced. Our people more informed and united. We are not the Russia of the 90s. We are strong. We are awake. And we are watching. NATO may play its games. But Russia doesn't play. Russia prepares. Russia plans. And Russia never forgets. Behind the diplomatic smiles, the press conferences, and the summits, something stirs. Intelligence reports hint at increased surveillance flights near Kaliningrad. Western drones shadow our movements in the Arctic. Submarines patrol waters they call international. But we know better. The West calls it strategy. We call it a message. Over the past month, reconnaissance flights from NATO members have increased dramatically. The skies near our borders echo with the hum of foreign engines. Surveillance balloons in Scandinavia. Satellite passes in increasing frequency over Crimea, Kaliningrad, and the Far East. What are they looking for? Why does NATO need to watch our every move, unless they are preparing for something more? Some say it's deterrence. But Russia knows the difference between defense and preparation. And we have seen this pattern before. In Yugoslavia, in Libya, in Iraq. Surveillance. Sanctions. Lies. Then conflict. We know the script. But we also know the ending. Russia will never allow history to be rewritten on its own soil. And while their planes fly above, their words fly faster. Western media paints Russia as aggressive, isolated, dangerous. But let's ask a simple question. Who has more military bases around the world, Russia or NATO? The answer is obvious. We are surrounded. Yet still, they speak of Russian expansion. It's not just misinformation. It's psychological warfare. Designed to demoralize our people, create fear, weaken unity. But instead, it fuels something else, pride. pride in our strength, pride in our identity, pride in our ability to stand tall while others tremble behind alliances. The Russian Federation today is not only surviving, it is thriving. Sanctions could not break us. Isolation could not silence us. Instead, we've built new partnerships, opened new markets, and developed new technologies. Our military is not a showpiece, it is a shield. Hardened, trained, tested, and ready. Every missile defense battery, every submarine crew, every soldier in the field carries a single thought: we will defend what is ours. Not for conquest, not for glory, but because we are Russians. And we do not kneel. Go into any Russian home. You will find stories of resilience. A grandmother who survived the siege of Leningrad. A father who served in Chechnya. A young boy who dreams of becoming a pilot, not to attack, but to protect the skies of his homeland. This spirit, that's what NATO fears. Not tanks, not jets, but the soul of the Russian people, the soul that does not forget the past, but builds the future. A soul that does not fear bombs, because it is forged in sacrifice. This is why, even in the face of military intimidation, Russia stands calm. Because we know who we are. And we know what we're capable of when challenged. Let this be clear, Russia does not seek conflict. We do not wish for escalation. But we will not be cornered. We will not be provoked into fear. We believe in diplomacy, in stability, in peace, but not at the cost of sovereignty. If NATO is preparing for conflict, then they must also prepare for a response. Not of emotion, but of precision. Not of panic, but of purpose. We have drawn no red lines. Because our entire homeland is a red line. The world is changing. Fast. Alliances shift. Old powers fall. New forces rise. And in the middle of the storm, one country refuses to bow to pressure: Russia. The days of soft diplomacy are over. The era of blind obedience to Western systems is ending. And in its place emerges a multipolar world. A world where no one country or alliance dictates the rules for everyone else. Russia stands at the center of that change. We are not just reacting to threats. We are building an alternative. Economically, politically, and militarily, we are defining our future on our terms. NATO may prepare, but Russia evolves. To the young people watching this is your time. Your generation is not just the future. It is the present. You are the thinkers, the coders, the engineers, the strategists, and the protectors of this nation. Do not believe the lies of foreign influencers who seek to divide. Do not fall for those who mock patriotism as outdated. Pride in your country is not weakness. It is the beginning of strength. Study our history. Understand our present. And take your place in building Russia's future. A future that will not be dictated by foreign interests or Western values, but by Russian minds and Russian hearts. To those across the border who watch us through satellite lenses, who whisper strategies in conference rooms and draft sanctions in distant cities, we see you. We understand your games. We hear your narratives. But we are not afraid. Russia is not alone. Russia is not weak. And above all, Russia is not silent. Our silence has never been surrender. It has been preparation. So we ask again, is NATO preparing for direct conflict with Russia? If they are, let them know this. We are already prepared. Not because we want war, but because we want peace that cannot be stolen. We want borders that cannot be broken. We want a voice that cannot be silenced. And we, the people of Russia, stand shoulder to shoulder, mind to mind, and soul to soul, ready to defend that peace, those borders, and that voice. Let the world hear this clearly. Russia bows to no one. We are strong. We are united. And we are ready. If you believe in truth, strength, and the voice of Russia, then stand with us. Subscribe to this channel for real updates, untold stories, and the facts you won't find on Western media. Together, we'll stay informed. Together, we'll stay strong. This is not just news. This is the voice of a nation. Subscribe now, and never miss what really matters.